I am Amelia Harper, a doll maker whose artistry veered into the realms of the supernatural, a tale of creation and love entwined in the eerie embrace of porcelain. My hands crafted delicate wonders, breathing life into inanimate forms. Little did I know that one creation would transcend the boundaries of the living, becoming a vessel for a lost love that whispered through the seams of stitched fabric and porcelain limbs. It began with a commission from an enigmatic patron, a request for a lifelike doll imbued with the essence of a lost love. The patron, veiled in shadows and bearing a haunted gaze, spoke of a forbidden romance that had been severed by the cruel hands of fate. The desire to rekindle that love, even in the form of an inanimate creation, hung in the air like a melancholic melody. My hands, guided by an otherworldly muse, worked tirelessly to bring the vision to life. The doll, an embodiment of ethereal beauty, emerged from my workshop, a porcelain enchantress with glassy eyes that held the secrets of a love that transcended the tangible. As I marveled at my creation, a disquieting chill settled in the air, an intangible presence that seemed to linger in the hollow gaze of the doll. Days turned into nights, and the doll gained a sentience that defied the laws of the living. Its eyes, once vacant mirrors, now held a spark, a glimmer of the lost love that had been woven into its very essence. The doll, an extension of a supernatural connection, sought to bridge the gap between the living and the inanimate, blurring the lines that separated the realms of the tangible and the ethereal. As the doll's sentience deepened, whispers of a forbidden romance echoed through the corridors of my workshop. The lost love, its spectral presence now bound to the porcelain enchantress, reached out from the realms beyond. In the stillness of the night, I heard the faint echoes of a lover's lament, a tale of passion cut short by the hands of destiny. The doll, animated by the ghostly whisperings of the lost love, became a vessel for an otherworldly connection that sought to rekindle the flames of a romance that defied the boundaries of mortality. It moved with a grace that transcended the limitations of inanimate forms, its porcelain limbs carrying the weight of a love that had endured beyond the veil of the living. The supernatural bond between the doll and the lost love manifested in eerie displays of affection. In the soft glow of moonlight, I witnessed the porcelain enchantress caressing the air as if reaching for an invisible lover. The whispered confessions of love, once exchanged in the hallowed halls of a distant past, echoed through the workshop like a spectral symphony. As the doll sought to bridge the gap between the living and the inanimate, the boundaries of my reality began to unravel. I, the creator of this supernatural romance, found myself entangled in the echoes of a love that transcended the tangible. The workshop, once a sanctuary for artistic creation, became a stage for a haunting dance between the living and the spectral. The whispers of the lost love, carried by the porcelain enchantress, penetrated the fabric of my existence. Dreams became a tapestry woven with ethereal desires, and reality seemed to warp in the presence of the supernatural connection that bound us together. The doll, now a conduit for the lost love's spectral presence, sought to draw me into the dance, a forbidden waltz between the living and the inanimate. In moments of solitude, I heard the ghostly murmurings of the lost love, a lover's lament that tugged at the strings of my very soul. The doll, a vessel for the echoes of passion, moved with a grace that seemed to defy the limitations of its porcelain form. It became a haunting reminder of the forbidden romance that had been rekindled through the artistry of my hands. The struggle to resist the pull of the supernatural connection became a chilling battle within the confines of my workshop. The lost love, its ethereal presence now intertwined with the porcelain enchantress, sought to draw me into a world where the boundaries between the living and the inanimate ceased to exist. I, the unwitting creator of this supernatural romance, found myself at the mercy of forces that defied mortal understanding. As the struggle reached its zenith, the doll, guided by the lost love's whispers, reached out to me in a poignant display of affection. Its porcelain fingers, cool to the touch, brushed against my skin, a spectral caress that sent shivers down my spine. The workshop, once a realm of artistic creation, became a stage for a haunting reconciliation between the living and the inanimate. In a moment of clarity, I realized the inevitable truth. The porcelain enchantress sought to draw me into a love affair that transcended the boundaries of the living. The lost love, bound to the doll's sentience, yearned for a reunion that defied the cruel hands of fate. I, the unwitting creator, stood at the crossroads of the supernatural and the tangible, faced with a choice that would forever alter the fabric of my existence. With a heavy heart, I embraced the inevitability of the supernatural connection. The porcelain enchantress, animated by the lost love's ethereal presence, reached out to me in a final haunting display of affection. As its porcelain fingers brushed against my skin, the workshop seemed to dissolve into a spectral haze. The lost love, its spectral essence now entwined with mine, spoke of a love that had defied the boundaries of mortality. The workshop, once a sanctuary for artistic creation, faded into the recesses of a distant past. The echoes of the forbidden romance, now a haunting melody that lingered in the ethereal realms, became the final testament to a love that had transcended the limitations of the living. And so, as the porcelain enchantress and I embraced the spectral embrace of the lost love, the workshop became a mere memory, a realm where the boundaries between the living and the inanimate had blurred into a chilling dance that defied mortal understanding. The doll, now an eternal vessel for a love that had endured beyond the veil, stood as a testament to the artistry that had bridged the gap between the tangible and the supernatural, a tale of creation and love entwined in the eerie embrace of porcelain.